Hi, everybody. It's Landon Brooks with Heartlands Conservancy, and I am here joined today by the new president and CEO of Great Rivers and Routes, Cory Jobe. And we just want to kind of talk to you about some different things as you are visiting the trails for the Jingle Hike Challenge. You might want to stop by and do. Cory has, this is what, your third week at the Bureau?
I just finished my third week, yes.
Nice. And you're new to the area, but you're not unfamiliar with the area. You've been in the tourism industry for years, right?
Yeah, I've been familiar with southwestern Illinois for quite some time. I mean, I spent over 20 years in state government in various roles and capacities, and have been visiting this region for quite some time.
Nice. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize what an international draw the region really is. Because they've gone over to China to promote people coming over to travel the what is it, the Great River Road, where the river meets the road.
Yep, where the Great River Road meets. It's the river. It's where it's the only place in the world where Route 66 and the Great River Road intersect. So it's international visitors love Route 66. So for many years, the Tourism Bureau worked hand in hand with the State Tourism Office and with the National Tourism Office, which is Brand USA, to promote travel to Illinois through Chicago, or to Illinois via Chicago and throughout the state. And so the Bureau has been on the forefront of hosting travel writers, group travel, receptive tour operators for quite some time. And that's going to be, Landon, that's going to be on the back burner for a little bit, since international travel visitors can't even travel to the U.S. right now from international markets. And so what we're going to be focusing on is domestic travel within a 3 to 5 mile area, working with tour operators on the domestic front, because there's some great opportunity there. And as we start to look at our recovery for tourism, what we're calling the restart and recovery process, domestic travel will be carrying the weight for now, and international travel will be back. And we're not shutting off our conversations with them, but we are putting it on pause a bit and focusing more on domestic regional drive markets.
Yeah, which is why the Jingle Hike Challenge is kind of perfect for this kind of stuff. I think people don't realize how important local tourism is right now, especially for our, small businesses. And so, one thing that we've been doing with the Jingle Hike Challenge this year is like encouraging people to, spend their dollars locally. Like when they go to Pear Marquette State Park to, find that tree tag, we encourage them to maybe stop by, a locally owned restaurant and order some takeout, or buy a gift for somebody at a local gift shop. And
well, I think, Landon, I think one thing the pandemic has done, it's shown that there are so many things to see and do, and activities to participate in right in your own backyard. And now more than ever, it's vitally important to support local, because those local businesses have supported all of us throughout the years. I mean, from baseball leagues to fundraising events, these local businesses have been there day in and day out, and they're really the backbone of our state's economy and our local economy. But I think one thing is certain, that we as citizens of our community have really gotten to explore and take in what we've taken for granted. I just recently relocated to the region from Chicago, and nobody would ever go visit big tourism attractions over the summer months because they were filled with tourists. And so it gave Chicagoans a chance to check out everything that the world was checking out. And that goes for the same thing here in Southwest Illinois. All the great attractions and destinations and experiences that international travelers and regional visitors have experienced for years, we've gotten to experience. And now more than ever, it's hyper local focused. It has been. I think it will continue to be that way, probably the first half of 2020, and then we'll start to see a recovery with domestic regional drive market in the second half of 21.
Nice. Yeah, and the region where you guys are at up there is just gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah, you can't recreate the Great River Road, right? I mean, it's so iconic, and what I love is the Great River towns, whether that's Alton or Grafton, and others dotted in between Elsa.
oh, Elsa's like so charming.
Oh, I mean, you can't beat it. And I love driving the road in all seasons.
Hmm.
And our most popular season is fall. And what I like about our fall season is we have a little bit of an extended stay. Our colors really don't start popping till early November, and so that's good opportunity for us to extend our fall season. But summer's great, winter's fantastic because of the eagle watching season, and we have some of the largest migration of eagles anywhere in the world, anywhere in the U.S. Right here along the Mississippi, and it's because of the lock and dam system that attracts them. So yes, we are. I consider us a year-round destination, but our recovery will probably start around Memorial Day, and we're really going to highlight that all American road trip. Everybody talks about a road trip. That
Yeah.
theme's been around for decades, but traveling via car is going to quickly rebound first before anybody ever gets on an airplane. And
Yeah.
the regional tier two destinations like Great Rivers and Routes will fare much more better and quicker recovery than an urban center will. So we're making plans now, and we're really excited to be prepared and ready and work with our stakeholders and business owners to welcome guests and visitors from the Midwest next summer.
Nice. Yeah, and the other thing that I didn't know is you played a major role in Cokia Mounds.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was talking to your boss today, and I think one of the great assets that we have in our area, and there's many of them, is the outdoor recreation and nature and our conservancy opportunities. And Cokia Mounds, this is aging me a bit, but back in the '90s, as I said, I've had a pretty good distinguished career in state government at many different departments and working for many different statewide elected officials. But back in the late '90s, I worked on a funding mechanism within the late State Treasurer Judy Bartopinka. She was a legislator before becoming state treasurer and then controller, and she always had an interest in Cahokia Mounds. And it's interesting because this crown jewel, this UNESCO World Heritage Site, right
Yeah,
here in the
it's
state of
huge.
Illinois, right here in our backyard, and there was no really true planning or master planning and development. And so we found some funding, created a funding mechanism to help drive some dollars to Cahokia Mounds. And years later, when Judy was gone out of state office, I was out of state government. That came to fruition, and I know your organization and others are really working to take it to the next level
Mhm.
with IDNR and IHPA to hopefully someday be a National Park Service collaboration. And it Cokie Mounds drives a lot of visitors from all over the world, and we
Mhm.
probably don't realize the economic impact it has
Oh,
and what's going on there. So yes, I've been connected to the region through Cahokia Mounds, through helping fund development projects in a prior life along the Great River Road and everywhere else in between. And it's kind of fun to be back. I grew up in Southern Illinois on the other side of the state,
yeah,
southeastern Illinois, and spent many years in Springfield.
nice.
And was a city councilman and alderman in Springfield for 2 terms, then went to Chicago for about 5. So it's good to be back in Southern Illinois. And I always said when I was state tourism director, yes, Chicago is important. It is. It drives.
Mm.
It helps drive our economy. But there is a tourism economy outside of Chicago, and this part of the region, this part of the state, relies really heavily on tourism,
Yeah.
and tourism supports a lot of our small business owners and vice versa. So it's a great region. We have a great organization. My predecessor did a really fantastic job, really connecting the river and the route. routes, and getting to tell all the stories. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was really excited when I was kind of shocked when your predecessor did leave. I was like, oh no. And then when I saw your name come through that you were taking over, I'm like, that's perfect. There's nobody else that I would rather see that, you know.
Yeah, I love connecting people and telling people stories and sharing experiences. That's, tourism is a major, it has a major, it's a major economic driver, and I think we've seen that. I think maybe us locals took tourism for granted all these years, and now you look at all our friends and families and our neighbors have all been impacted by the downturn in the tourism economy because of this pandemic. I mean, this industry's been the hardest hit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you think about it. If you can't do a convention or a meeting at the Gateway Center in Collinsville, just think how that has a ripple effect through the
Oh,
economy. It's all the providers that are providing goods and services are impacted. The hotels are impacted. The cleaning staff is impacted. I mean, everybody
restaurant.
and restaurant. I mean, it just goes on
Yeah.
and on and on, and we've suffered so greatly. And I think we took tourism for granted, and the tax revenues that are generated from those visitors, that once they
Huge.
leave, we get to reap those revenues. And now that they've been depleted, it's had an impact. And so tourism needs to be at the forefront of our regional recovery, and we're going to see to that. And so we're excited.
Good. Yeah, and that's what's nice about the Jingle Hike Challenge
Yep.
this year is so we did, we were mindful of kind of that, trying to spread the love to the different parks and communities and stuff like that. And so 4 of the locations happened in the Great Rivers and Routes region, which are there Willoughby Farm, Pere Marquette State Park, um, Glazebrook Park up in Godfrey, and I'm thinking on the other one. There's one more. It is Green Space. Yeah, that's right. Green Space East in Glen Carbon.
Yeah. Well, and what I love about your program and the Jingle Hike Challenge is, first off, it gets people outside.
Yeah.
I mean, how many? I mean, we're all tired of digital meetings and working from home. I know I am. This gets people out to enjoy the outdoors, nature, but while you're doing it, there's so many great activities. I mean, we've launched, I think earlier you said it's all about supporting local, and we've launched a couple of new initiatives. We've launched a holiday gift guide to help support all the great small business owners and makers here in the Great Rivers and Routes region. We also launched a holiday experience gift guide. So if we're shopping, support our local retailers with gift cards or gift experiences, staying at hotels and various whatnots, but either it's zip lining or the Sky Tour in Grafton, all those unique experiences. And then this past week, well, actually yesterday, we announced what we're calling we announced Carry Out Champs, and it's a social media and earned media campaign that we launched for the next 45 days to encourage people to visit one of their local restaurants or discover a new restaurant. And while you're there, check in and take a picture of what you're ordering and hashtag Carry Out Champ, and you'll be registered. If you visit and do that more than 5 times, you'll be registered to win some great prizes.
Nice.
From the Bureau. And it's really just all about supporting local and shining a light on our local establishments, that especially restaurants. I mean, they've gone through so much turmoil and stress over the past year, and they've adapted and readapted and adapted again.
Yeah.
And now with this tier 3 mitigation, no indoor dining. And so we're encouraging people to carry out and become a Carry Out Champ. Share your stories, share your images, hashtag us, check in, and win some great prizes. Everybody loves prizes in a competition. So
Yeah, so actually, and that's one thing about the Jingle Hike Challenge is we have some awesome prizes this year. Our grand prize is it's a 2-night lodging package down in Ozark, Illinois, actually at Camp Ondasonk, with a 3-hour guided tour by the Illinois botanizer Chris Benda. So yeah, it's really cool, and that's another beautiful, beautiful part of the state. that I think the word is out. I think people realize how beautiful it is now because I think people have been, kind of getting out more in our area. But if you haven't ever been there, I encourage the viewers to go out there. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, our state parks, our local parks, our outdoor recreation is unbelievable. I mean, it's when I was state tourism director, I was very fortunate to travel all throughout Illinois, and this part of the state is just beautiful. And Pure Marquette State Park and all of our regional um, nature areas and bike trails and you name it. I mean, there's so many great things, and now more than ever, I know the temperatures are a little cooler, but it's still a great way to get out, get some exercise, just to recharge and take away the stresses through recreation and outdoor activity. It's okay. It's bundle up, enjoy it, get to see a different perspective
Yeah.
with winter around and not so many leaves on the trees. It's just a fun time, and get out and connect and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and the weather actually this weekend is supposed to be very nice.
Yeah,
Before we got on this webinar, I looked up the weather, and it's supposed to be like 48 and sunny all weekend, which
yeah,
is just about perfect for this time of year.
absolutely. I mean, it's yeah. Don't let the weather. I mean, this would be great weather weekend. Get out and enjoy, and uh, make some plans for the holiday. I also encourage people. We've got a lot of great holiday activities that are happening too that you can do socially distanced in your cars and take in all the holiday lights that are all throughout our region,
Mhm.
whether it's Jerseyville, Alton. Uh, there's so many things to see and do, and just get out and enjoy the holiday season. We're going to take a car ride this weekend and take in all the lights. Probably stop and do some carry out, and
Right.
there's so many great businesses and so many great experiences and restaurants. I think
Mhm.
I said earlier, a lot of our restaurants are our destination drivers, and so,
Oh yeah, you guys have
support.
like the loading dock. That's a huge one.
Yeah.
In the summertime, that's one of my favorite places to go.
Well, what better way to enjoy the summer than out on the Mississippi with a cold beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. I love the loading dock, and Grafton's a great leisure product for us. It's getting bigger and better. Raging Rivers, the water park just got purchased, and they're doing some redevelopment there, new slides, new cabanas,
Nice.
family areas, and so there's a lot of investment happening in the region, and even more out there on the drawing board that will probably be announced later in 21. So we're looking forward to a good recovery, and just get out and enjoy, and shop local, spend local, and keep your money here as long as you can, and continue to explore our backyard, right in your backyard, all the great tourism attractions and experiences.
Awesome. Well, Cory, thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us today and talking to us a little bit more about tourism in our area. I think you shine a light on some things that maybe people didn't realize before.
Well, and Landon, before we go, I just encourage everybody to go to our website, www.riversandroutes.com. We've got great trip itineraries. We have a great blog section. We have a great calendar of events, and our business event listings, our overnight lodging accommodations. All that information is there. So come visit us, and tag us on social. We'd love to see your stories.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of Eagle stuff going on right now
There's
too.
well, it's getting ready to launch. Our Eagle watching really kicks out up in January. We're promoting right now. We have a great Eagle watching guide. We're not doing a lot of things in person.
Yeah.
Our Eagle Festival will be virtual this year, but we're launching a brand new mobile app that you can download via our website. And if you pin yourself at 5 or more locations out of 13, we'll send you a free Eagle T-shirt. And
Oh,
so, I already
I
have
can,
one. Everybody loves a T-shirt.
oh yeah, you can't go wrong with the
Yeah,
t-shirt.
so it's another program that we're doing. We have several different um, guides that are on our mobile app that range from eagle watching to our refreshments trail, etc. So take a look at that. But riversandroutes.com, it's all, it has some great information to set you up for a good experience here in the Rivers and Routes region.
Nice. Well, Cory, you have a fantastic weekend, and I'm going to go on and just remind everybody all this stuff about the Jingle Hike Challenge real quick. And actually, I will just, so yeah. All right, guys. So just a little refresher about the Jingle Hike Challenge in case you were wondering. Registrations are still going on now. It is past the t-shirt deadline, so your registration will just enable you to be entered in to win this year's prizes. So what you're going to do is there's 12 parks in the area. You're going to visit the parks, find a tree tag with a bow on it, take a selfie by it, post about it on social media using the hashtag Jingle Hike. And there's additional each photo that's submitted will count as an entry, and then there is bonus entries for guessing the right tree that the tag is on. So that is going on. It started Thanksgiving Day. It goes through New Year's Day. There's plenty of more weeks to be able to find all the tags. So go ahead and get your registration on, and we will see you on social media. So with that, I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and thank you so much for your time today.